The last message started out with what I wanted to talk about, and then it turned into something that something else wanted to make known. Okay, let me see if it's ready to be public. So it's going to start out, if you didn't see it before this one, as sexual and a relationship, and then it turned into something genetic and scientific because it had to. This one, I'm going to let be known. I want to talk about you being the kind of woman, and I'm also speaking for myself, but I believe there are many women out there who are, you can feel that this is the case. And about some men who feel a certain kind of way about you, and it's uncomfortable for them because of what they're feeling. They haven't felt this in a long time. And you're just the kind of woman where I'll give you enough to let you know I'm interested, but I'm not going to compromise anything about myself, because I already know how men like you react to stuff like that. You'll immediately think that you got me, and then that does something to them where they expect something from you now, and you may not see it that way, so they're not getting it. It just becomes this constant miscommunication. I also want to be clear, there are doppelgangers, lookalikes, maybe even clones created by other people that you don't know about, by people you trust, attaining your DNA for Barack. Michelle, I believe, has 2. Elon, Trump, all these guys. Okay, so when I say names, like I connect in some way with whatever that message is for that. So I just want to say, for those of you who aren't involved, or maybe you don't want to be involved in something, okay, this is nothing personal for you. And I believe that, I want this to be my belief, is that even the people who are some type of replica, whether you know it or not, are possibly being blackmailed or threatened in some way. And I would just say, rely on me. Okay? Know that if I say that you don't want that and they try, that it will be stopped and you will be unharmed or unaffected in any way when I say goes. So I just trust me. Let's talk about the men, or we'll see what comes out. Is it the man or the woman that they want to talk about first? They gotta push this. Here they go with these fucking chakras. I guess this is important. Okay. Maybe they just want to let everybody know that a solar plexus chakra frequency would help a lot of things. It says it's sometimes called the celiac plexus, which it's possible that for those of you who have that disease, the solar plexus frequency may actually heal that shit. Let's just say it will. Okay, that's how powerful belief really is. Not a total belief where everybody believes the same thing, but whatever you believe is going to happen. Is comprised of numerous nerve fibers that radiate out from the center of your abdominal area. These nerves help keep your abdominal organs functioning properly, which most people know that, obviously your digestive system has a lot to do with what you're manifesting, but my belief is not that. My belief is that I eat what makes me feel good, and it keeps my vibe at a certain level where that's just what it is. But you should try it for those of you who have that. When your solar plexus is injured or out of balance, you not only feel abdominal pain, but you can just feel out of sorts. So I'm going to listen to this too. Experiencing fatigue, weight gain, and digestive issues. It may be painful. Kidneys, all that other stuff. But it affects your nervous system. I didn't know that. Metabolism, fight or flight, freeze responses. So it could be that some of you that I'm a fighter. You know what I mean? It could ding, ding, ding. For the men, this is what it is. You're not fighting for this woman that you want. It's like you're agitating yourselves and you're having this telepathic, spiritual, cosmic competition, but nobody's taking any action. Why is this? Listen to a solar plexus chakra. Listen to one of those hour-long ones once a day at least. I'm going to do the same. All right, it's causing mental conflict as well. And with the throat chakra, this is affecting, right? Like the solar plexus is connected to the throat shit, right? And I feel like you guys don't know how to say how you really feel in certain situations. when it comes to this type of woman. This isn't every woman, but I hope all of you get to be this kind of woman, because being one of them, it is amazing. All right. There's nothing a man wants more. I mean, a man who's at his peak of being a man, than a woman who's absolutely enamored by her own self. Do you know what a turn on that is? See, now what you have to, in order for it to work as effortlessly as possible, he has to be somewhere there. You can't be insecure or feel some kind of way about yourself and then be around a woman like this and it's going to just work out. It's not always supposed to work out perfectly. This is how you learn about each other. Some of you are apprehensive, or you're back and forth with whether you want to spend time in the sun. This could be black men. I would spend until you feel discomfort. You know, don't force it. Some of you don't really like being in the sun, but then for all men who don't really like it, it's important that you get something from it. Whether this sun is altered or whether it's just wear and tear and you feel like there are toxic things coming out of it. I laid out in the sun the other day and I did feel some kind of pain afterward. I listened to the actual sun frequency though, Dr. Virtuals, and I felt better. I listened to that on loop about 3 times. But you'll be able to feel, some of you have girlfriends and shit that have tarot cards where there's chakra cards in there. Either you flip them the fuck out on your own, or have her flip them out and at least get some information for that, even if you're not really that excited about her having them. So I would say go out into the sun. Outside even. This to me tells me that you're all, this is collaborating, which would mean to me have something in common, and it's that you just wait and anticipate. It's like you're anticipating more truth coming out, and what happens when you do that is you'll open something for an opportunity for people to come in and alter the truth, even if it's a little bit, so that you may not realize the effect it has on you. I.e., you ask whether someone is single. Are they single? As far as I know, but I know that so-and-so, I heard, see, they're careful now. I heard, so don't hold me to this, okay? And don't ask me who I heard it from. That so-and-so, like, claimed them. And this so-and-so could be an intimidating, dangerous, and that may not be the case, you know? So just be careful of even taking in information from someone that you can tell would have a problem if you wound up with this person for whatever reason. Mom, no, this isn't for me, and it's not my mom, but it's some man's mom who moves like a psychotic ex. She has to take Xanax in order not to be as psychotic. And I don't feel attraction. I just feel entitled to you because I gave birth to you. You came out of my canal, therefore I own you. Can we please stop this? Once your children are out, you're not supposed to smother them. You know what I mean? Later in life now, I'm speaking to my son. His father did most of the work. I'm grateful. And that's just the way the fuck it is right now. But now I'm there for other things because his father's not there. He moved away. You see how this shit works? You just let it happen naturally. I was not the kind of mother I was supposed to be, so I was scarce. You're welcome. Stuff like that. These smothering mothers, the crazy part about this is you are so much worse than any ex that this man has ever had. I mean, consistently. And you've been like this since he was little. Yeah, it's overwhelming, the sense of you will date and move. I don't even think she cares if you choose drugs. Some of these moms don't care if you're addicts. They just want you to date someone that makes them feel superior. I'm sorry. I think some of you have already found out enough about this woman where Is there anything wrong? That is super intimidating. If you let this be known to your friends and family, they will now say only good things about this woman. Do you understand? You can't say anything to most people when you are in pursuit. And that's what this is. You're in pursuit of this woman until it comes to a stop. Sane. We have sake. We'll just say sane. And UK. What happened in the UK here? I'm going to put the ghost app on. I feel like I'm going to need them a little bit. What happened in the UK? Trickster. Now, if you're not a magician, okay, if you don't work at some place where they do magic tricks, this could have been an issue here, but we'll find out who this trickster was. It may not have even been this guy. Let's get some letters for the trickster. What happened with sane? But did you used to live in the UK and you felt like you were more sane there? Or it could be the opposite, across? Hold on a second. Did you whistle to calm yourself down? Some of you are consumed with, you're more concerned about whether this woman is going to be with someone else than whether she's going to be with you. And you're going to lose any shot that you have with this type of, WS. Wilson, TE, wet, I see, JE. Sweet, PD, DP. I see sweep and weep. Let me see something here. Give me one card for this, please. Oh. What's going on here? Who cried? Somebody did. Why are you doing this to yourself, sir? I don't understand. Why is this man... This feels like denial. I'm in complete denial around everybody else about how I feel, because I act like I can take it or leave it, and then something happened, and it could be that they get attention from someone else, or you find out that they went out with another person, and you just get angry. Did you ever think that maybe, for those of you who think that you're not attractive enough for this type of woman, did you ever stop to think that maybe she... it will never ever benefit a woman to date a man who's more attractive than her. Now they become a feminine competition for you. For those of you who thought that you would never compete, I refuse to date a man who's better looking than me. I just won't do it. In fact, I would prefer someone who's rougher in nature all around. Yeah, I need to feel like the feminine. You know what I mean? You wind up dating someone that just mimics you. It's, almost a lesbian now. Tell me why this guy was weeping. Volcano. It could have been while he was touching himself to you that he actually cried. And I'm not sure if this guy, okay, because this is going to be for many men, some of these men were actually in a relationship or just getting close with another man, and they saw this. They actually felt that they had some kind of reaction like that while they were doing this to you, and I bet this caused a lot of problems. If you didn't have a gay relationship, then these are men who are more attracted to men that are angry because you feel this way strongly about somebody. There are multiple men who see this woman as their entire world. This feels like men have let it be known to the universe, aware or unaware, that they claimed you in some way. There are some in every region, is what they're saying. They're not being honest because they're smart. So if they're not, these are different type of men where they won't even say that they're interested to anyone else. But there are always at least that one person. There's always at least one person that can see right through them. Now, it depends whether that person is happy in their relationship or their life. Because if they are, they're just going to let that. Why would you? Why would you intervene? Even if you're not happy, you shouldn't. Because it's you trying to dictate somebody else's steps in some way by lying or now getting work done. If you're a woman doing this shit to the man, getting work done now all of a sudden when he kind of wanted you to do that while he was still interested. So you're late with this shit. But I feel like they see it as attention, and you're actually boosting the confidence of these men so that they can come towards this woman who seems to be pretty intimidating, and they're just not used to that. See, these wives and exes, if you were intimidating enough, they wouldn't be looking at this woman and then, of course, masturbating to her regularly. They're summoning her is what they're doing. Be careful when you do this stuff, though, and you overthink someone like that, because you're pulling them in. And if you're not the kind of man you feel like you that she deserves, or you're not ready, it's going to frustrate you more than anything. I would just stop. I really would for a little bit. When this card comes out, I immediately feel I can't alter anything with her. And this could be some type of purging of you being like this, or at least becoming something like this, where I don't even think a lot of you realize just how manipulative you've been, because when you're not called out on it, is it that, or is it just me being me? This type of woman, I expect manipulation because I'm a woman that understands the world was built off of this. Just let me choose which manipulation tactic I choose to allow into our lives, and allow me to call you out with humor when I feel like it's just ridiculous, but you allow them to manipulate you. Sometimes the manipulation is good, sometimes it's endearing. When you're trying to manipulate, let's just say this, is it manipulation, or is it me now speaking me into existence? It's where you look at it. See, some of these men could look at it like this: I'm not this, but I have to act like something in order to take that on. So look at it like that. Right. But this is black magic. And a lot of men have, especially these types that this woman would attract, they would feel like they would have to do something like this. See, the thing is, you don't truly know what her type is. This type of woman is usually, she usually doesn't have a lot of friends. These types of women can't have a lot of friends. If they have male friends, they usually get angry because they want to sleep with them and they don't mention it. They feel like we're supposed to just acknowledge that and then act on it on top of it. And when they don't get that, now they don't want to be friends anymore. So they become enemies eventually sometimes. Sometimes they just remove themselves. And that's the best thing that you can do. Oh, let's do this. They put original on here. Let's make it known that, because there are people, when they find out that two people are meant to be together, these are the ugly, inside, outside, whatever, maybe even not ugly, but somebody doesn't want their ass, they want somebody else. They will join together as well. They will partner up with each other. And they may try to duplicate, if they have the means to clone or even alter somebody's looks through surgery. If they have the money, somebody's going to sell their soul. And this is part of selling your soul. You're trying to intervene with two people who are destined to be together to do something grand. This doesn't have to be a relationship. This could just be two leaders get together because they need to. Two leaders who you would never think would work well together. Because the other one's kind of in it for different reasons, you know. But, did somebody look at it like weaving a quilt? Is that how someone's grandmother said to look at it? What are you weaving? What is going to be the end result? Pay attention to the colors you're using and the images that you're using, and what does that say when it's all done? What is the story of this when it's all done? But for those who were thinking like, okay, well, I'll just clone them, and I don't understand. I'm not. You're duplicating that person. See, when you have a certain type of woman, this one here, you could program this man to sexually assault her, hate her, and disrespect her, but that will not be the case. It doesn't matter. You'll just waste your money, because this type of woman, she changes men almost instantly just being around them. You don't need. Oh, okay. How about this? Some of these men, they did some heavy black magic on you, and I could say that some didn't know that they were getting involved with that. That is true. But the universe, I guess, if someone's like, why do I feel like every time I go to call her or show up or just approach her in any way, something happens? It could also be the volcano, and it's because something needed to come to a close for some type of manipulation, heavy shit that was done on this woman. You can't have that residual and then come towards this one, not this one here. Okay, this one's, look how comfortable she is bending over naked and shit. You know what I mean? There's something to be said about what comes with that type of woman. But what we also don't want is for you to lie about being this great guy. I mean, I'm just speaking for me and women that are like me. We would rather see your darker, dirty side, because we have it too. That may be what actually winds up forming the strongest bond, is your darker, more filthier side. I don't want to lie and act like I'm some fucking humanitarian. Well, good, because neither the fuck are we. You may come off like that. You don't forget, a lot of you men are in this particular. You were used to being around different types of women. They could have been more vulgar or more physical when it came to fighting in public, or just not very feminine in the way that they move. This one's different. She's just different. Yeah. So you are going to have to adjust and change a little bit. I don't want to have to lie about whether I attacked her in some way, in whatever way. Okay, well, let's see how that's going to work out. So I either messed with some devices or a satellite, or I did something. How does she take this? Look. Lovers. This is a different type of darker female. This is a female who, they must, see, you get these women who, I have to be fully healed before I can date. Good luck. This may be next lifetime, maybe. This is the type of woman that says, with the kind of power that I hold, and the kind of man or men that you are, it would be awkward if you didn't attack me or feel threatened by me enough to even try killing me. It would just be weird. If you told me that you didn't, and I'm looking at you as a certain type of man, I wouldn't believe you. She would be more inclined to respect you if you were honest about that, you know? Some of you, they cloned you. They tried cloning you, but this part, this queen, this feminine, this supernatural type of love, they can't get. And it's because with the originals will be with the originals. And I believe that there are people who believe that certain human versions of people have been removed, but no, there's a certain type of protection where they could have been removed from your view and then placed somewhere, whether that, and usually that situation will be uncomfortable because you're being taught a lesson too about you just can't give that out to everybody. It has to be earned. Engine. Some of them could have put something on your engine or someone's engine and it never happened. Some people could think that someone was removed that way. I guess these are just different things. Look, this is a regal, royal, beautiful, sexy, confident, dark. We could say loving to a certain extent. Pure. Oh, okay. Well, that's another thing. There could be some men who were sick. Whether you wanted to know that you were sick or not, you didn't handle it. Is it there until something starts getting funky? Getting funky. Does somebody hear that song? It could be you. Don't take this badly. It happens to everybody. I mean, Jesus Christ, how many people have caught something off of somebody because you had one of those nights? Everybody has one of those nights. It's when every night is that way, though, that you may want to look to some serious change. Some of them were broke and they didn't have anything. Some of them didn't come near you because you appeared broke, or maybe you were broke. So what they did is they chose other women who had things, but they're not fulfilled by it. You know what I mean? I would rather have somebody where let's say neither one of us have a fucking dime. There's still a whole world outside somewhere. I mean, there are things you could do. You can play basketball. You could go to a river. You could go to a lake. You could just take a walk. You could go in the woods, do something. Who knows what's going to happen? But this type of woman is, I don't choose you based off of what you have. I choose you based off of how you feed each beast that I have. Carrier. Some of them could have done something with your phone. They could have gotten through to somebody with your carrier and could have blocked phone numbers. You know what I mean? I don't know how deep that shit goes, but there was something where they had some kind of power or know somebody. Your confidence. Am I going to have to match this? Is this some kind of false thing where we just believe if she's this confident, then I have to be this confident of a man? You know what I mean? I don't feel... Who's playing with my clip through something? This is what I feel. I'm just gonna... Jessica, do you want to lick me? I feel that there are many women getting involved with something, with static, with my pussy. And all I can say is, I'm not open to just men. If you want to put your face in it, you're going to have to earn it too. Please stop molesting me remotely. Please stop telling people you hate me and then flicking your shit and then actually coming harder than you ever have to me and acting like I don't do shit for you. Be bold enough to face me. Most of you want to fuck me in some way. You're going to have to put the work in too. This is ridiculous. I'm in the middle of giving a message and I can just feel static electricity on my crotch. You're going to pay for that. All right. This is unbelievable that this is just okay and this seems okay. I could never, as the type of woman that this is, do that to another woman. What I would do is I would grip you up and steal you and put you somewhere and face you first. I would tell you who I am. And I may tell you what's going to happen to you. It depends on the kind of day I've had. And anybody knows, I can't just, this isn't uniform. This is more instinctive than anything. But please, because there are men in positions, even in the government, who want to see me back where I was. I can feel it. Edgar. Because they enjoyed it. And they're going to get some type of enjoyment by seeing another woman do these things to another woman. Because when this shit comes back to you, this is electrical. This feels like shock. I feel you. And I will raise you something at some point. There are men and even some women who can't stand women like you that would love to give me the means. And I will send packages with bows on them like before, just to let them know that things are being handled. They would love to help me get what I need. Because when we were out, the world was different. There wasn't as much, they didn't need to get involved as much. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, let's just send them out and handle it. Would love to again. Tell me some letters, please. I don't care if they limit my ads on this shit. I'm going to say what the hell I feel like saying. I'm overwhelmed by the fact that women do this, which makes me question. I don't know if I want to give you the excuse of your chromosomes were messed with. I think that some of you were just unattractive. You never were attractive. You were the flat-chested, no figure, or there's too much figure and no chest. Whatever it is, or just men don't want anything to do with you, women don't want to. The only possible way that you could do this to a woman like me now with what I do and my situation is that you hate yourself more than anybody hates you. And for somebody, that's saying a lot. Either way, I want to make this clear. I don't give a fuck how big you are, how bad you are. I don't even care if you were actually a man before. Show up somewhere. I'm outside often. Okay, I feel like some of you know because you just had to find out where I'm at. Approach me. I mean, approach me and tell me how you really feel about me in front of me. I'm always open to that. This isn't a threat business. Are any other women experiencing this? Do you know it's mostly women now doing this shit? You're disgusting pigs. PU. That could be another thing. Some of you stink. And I mean, when I say stink, I could be on the roof all day, okay? Covered in dirt and sweat. And there are certain men that would not want me to get a shower before something took place. It's hard for me to stink. It's hard even for my breath to stink. And I smoke cigarettes once in a while. Thank you for that. Thank you for the confirmation. I know they did it intentionally. But for some of you, you get out of the shower and you smell the way women like me are supposed to. It's off-putting. They don't want to. You can't force a man to want to lick something that smells like the sandwich he had the day before. You know what I mean? It's just awkward. Eligible? It could be that some of these people, it's not all women, but some of these people could not be eligible for benefits anymore, whether they got thrown out of somewhere and now their address is off, or there's just other things. It's compromising. You know, you're taking that out on somebody else. Past. Did somebody pass away? I call harsh judgment, severe judgment on anybody playing with my body against my will. I'm a very open woman. If you're attractive enough, I'll let you play with it. You know what I mean? But to do this against my will, I don't know how we got to the point where we can't see how just wrong it is. Forget dirty. I like dirty. It's a type of dirty where it's cowardice and it's less than, and there's not a lot of thought involved. Very interested. BO. We have PU and BO. What's PUBO? Is that something I just don't know about? Marcus, what the fuck is PUBO? Is it a penile junction? PUBO. Let's look at, there's PUBO medical term. Part of the pelvis. Oh. This could be that some of you women don't know how to move. I'm going to put myself into a certain type of man's and for me to have to do all of the work and you just sit there and then act like I'm supposed to bow down to you. Do you guys have women that do this? Do they just lay there and then think that you should be thanking them for them just opening their legs? Some of you don't know how to move. You don't know what the pelvis is for. Do you know you're supposed to move it? You're supposed to sit on him and you're supposed to move. You're supposed to tell him, like, I got this. Once in a while, they want to take over. Not every time, you know what I mean? When your husband or your boy, your man comes home, not your boy, but you get me? When your man comes home and you can tell that he's stressed out, you shouldn't say there should be no words. The last thing he wants to hear is your fucking voice. I can promise you that. Even if you have nothing to do with it, you will. You let it be known by movement. I'm here if you need me. That doesn't mean you just get under blankets where you don't even want your body to be seen in the dark and expect for him to now have to crawl to you. That's not how this shit works, darling. A medical preface, okay, the pubis, which is a part of the pelvis. Let's look at the other one. I'm just going to see slang or see if Urban Dictionary has anything. Pubo, a painful condition where one or more, okay, but, oh, for the men who have this type of pain and you think that you're sick, it's not that. If you went to get tested and there's no STD, it says a painful condition where one or more pubic hairs becomes lodged inside the foreskin of the penis. So for those of you who aren't circumcised, that shit doesn't bother me. I think that just became something where one miserable bitch judged a man's cock. Where are you now? So you could look very similar, is all I'm going to say. Movement will result in the hairs. It's also fuck your mother. We'll get into that. I want to see that. Okay. Untold agony. I'm so sorry for those of you going through it. I want to see what it says. That, hold on a second. I'll be right back. So what this will do is this could create some type of wound, we'll just say. All right. And for those of you who it feels like women, are you disgusted? This could have been something that was protecting these men. I'm not sticking it in there. And you could have said the same thing. You're not supposed to be with each other. Do you know how you would handle it? You know that stuff that salve? Warm compress. Keeping it clean with soap and water. Don't touch it, right? Obviously. I would get that salve stuff for you. And I'm just going to put it out there for all of you that have this issue. This shit is going to go away. It's going to go away effortlessly. With a little effort, I'm sorry, but painlessly. Okay? It does. It bothers me. Well, there always is that possibility that you shaved. Did you have an ingrown hair under the okay, so you could have, it could just be one of those things where it just happened. But let's look at this spiritually. It wasn't like that before you. I didn't have this problem last week, last month, last year. Some of you are withholding sex because you didn't know how to explain this. This is protecting you in some way because some of your women and even some of the men you're with are sick. You see how when you look at something a certain way, it makes you feel better? This is all I do. I love yous. Okay. Give a fuck what color you are. This is something that I said as a man, well, when I need to be, it would bother me unless I had a strong, confident, beautiful, valuable woman tell me that this is just what it is. You know what I mean? You can't judge anybody. This shit can happen to me, Deborah. Thank you for feeling the same way. So now this could also be something that happened to some of these men. And let me make this clear. For a woman like me, women like me, you feel the emotion. You can talk to us about most things. You understand? I don't know if it's that we just have a type of soul connection. I don't know if it is DNA. I don't know if it's just that maybe we've been through a lot of things where I've done things, I've experienced things, and I just can't judge. I can't say that wouldn't have happened to me, against me, for me, by me. I am divinely protected and guided by God. This could be confirmation for somebody to say, is she the creator? I am. I am. I'm going to say it again, Isis. And my darker side is Ragnarok. Okay? I never believed in that shit. I mean, the gods and goddesses I did, but when I asked who I was and I heard and I saw this being say Ragnarok, and that's what I saw in the head, I've been given some pretty solid information this way. They wouldn't allow interference with that. I'm trying to be more of the lighter because I've already caused a lot of damage that needed to be caused, and some innocent lives were taken. Karma doesn't apply to me. But I'm trying to do something a little bit differently. Okay, I am painfully protected by universe and my spirit guardians. This may be for the men. Let's find out. I believe certain types of men need a woman guide. But you choose the wrong woman. Oh, she will ear shit up. Okay. Oh. You know what this looks like to me? This looks like I will lead. I got it. This is a confident, sexy, sensual woman with a group of men. This is what this is. She leads you without making you feel like she's a leader and that you're below her. This is what a real woman does. She knows where he needs to have power and control. And a lot of these men, they have been either removed from that previously. Either the woman's not here, or it could be to fault of their own, whatever it was. Maybe you didn't appreciate her at the time. But it's hard for these men to accept that there could be a woman where, is she going to teach me things? Do you know this is how it used to be? But we've gone so far from that it seems awkward, doesn't it? Let me help you. Right. There she is. This is that woman. You know what I mean? In this picture, she sits like this, back straight, posture all the time. In this one, she's fucking sewing shit, you know what I mean? Always creating and fixing and mending and weaving and... Here's the delivery. Let's check it out. It should be a law that you have to have this type of woman in your life. Look at her delivery balance. I mean, this is angel delivery. This is, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. And if you get a harsh response from me, it could be because I'm mirroring you, because I would rather not. See, I'm a lover and a healer of men as a woman. And this is my mission, and this is how it's going to be. And I know that with any other mission or task, there's going to be disappointment. There's going to be cross-communication. There's going to be things that are said and done that people aren't going to like, right? You can't help this. It wouldn't be fun if it was, oh, la-di-da. Would it? No. How somebody could still want to do this not having a dime in their pocket, too. Some of you are fucking flat broke, but you just refuse to give up on men. I agree. I don't care if these men were initially conceived as women and they had things happen to them. The outcome is that you're a man. And this is what I choose to be around more so than women. And that's my choice. But there are a lot of women who one, feel this way like I do because it's experience. You understand? I have experienced cattiness and gossip and flirting with men that I'm interested in, or just even speaking to, or trying to now one-up me, or even trying to covertly embarrass me in some way. I will embarrass myself before I will let you do that, man. Yeah, and I'll do it with finesse. And me embarrassing myself will make your husband want to fuck me later. We need this type of woman. This type of woman can't have a lot of women around them. And then when you have men who are surrounding themselves with these types of women, you don't even realize that you're taking that on, and suddenly you're becoming catty and gossip. You just can't have it. So this could also be a reason if you feel like, God damn, like, shouldn't this be easy if it's meant to be? Not always. Not always in the beginning. This one works well with money. Yeah, with the Queen of Swords, this is all the way she speaks how she handles, how she deals with men, knowing that you could be the most dangerous looking, the toughest, the most intimidating man, but there's still something that you need from this type of woman. You need unconditional love. You need not to be judged for things. You need a woman that understands that life throws things at you where you're put in situations where sometimes you have to do something. Other times you don't have to do something, but you did it anyway. Okay, I fucked up. I made a mistake, right? She doesn't judge this man for everything that he's done. Because what happens is when you start doing that, you become a miserable cunt. That's what you are. And you only see the bad side of him. What does that do to us women who don't do this? Yeah, I'm not switching sides for fucking views if somebody thought I was going to do that. Okay, I'm still, if I had my choice to live with all men or all women, I couldn't do it. I couldn't live with all women. This is for the rest of my existence. But I embrace and welcome a strong, confident, sexy, beautiful, non-envious of other women into my life. And that's the only ones that will be able to come through. Yes, I can already feel that some women want to know as if you're entitled to this answer, but I'm going to give it to you. I accept all men into my, when you are a self-proclaimed assist, we'll call it. What kind of woman would I be to say that I can only have a certain type of man around me? I'm supposed to be doing something, right? I'm supposed to have results, and I will have results. I always have. Yes, all men. Broken, nasty, fucking sick. Filling in the cracks, right? This is her life's work. But this isn't someone who says this. They don't get t-shirts made and banners and shit saying, fixer of men and healer of men. Because it's natural. You move these men naturally. It would be better for these guys if they weren't enemies. Is it that? Are you supposed to be in a relationship or commitment with one man while you're this type of woman? I'm not sure. I mean, who knows? But let's just say this. Let's say that you wind up around a bunch of men, and then, you know, there's a lot of progress that happens, and you become closer. They become healthier looking. They start working on themselves because they see that there's a woman that's worth it. Whether she's mine, I have a reason to want to do this now. It's hard to when you don't feel like you have one. Especially when you're older, you think, well, this is where I'm at. But where you're at, you don't feel good about yourself, and you used to, and your life changes when you feel better about yourself. But let's say that now things start to happen, right? Like we've leveled in some way where what I say and how I treat you and how I don't judge you has gotten you to a certain plateau. But now you're feeling really good about yourself and you're looking good, and we're all kind of a little bit highly sexual now. Some things may happen. What happens now? I mean, do you get into that without having some form of communication saying, this can't be one of those things where we're fighting with each other. Otherwise, we just threw all this progress out the window over sex. So either you have to be firm that there will be none with multiple people, or you're just going to have to say, we'll just deal with the shit as it comes because we're adults and we've grown. I choose that. I choose to say, like, I'm just going to do what I feel like doing. And if someone has a problem with it, then we handle it and we speak about it if it needs to. Sometimes that shit goes away on its own. Doesn't even need to be addressed. You have to gauge this. You become self-gauging when you're around this kind of woman. And then some of you men were already like this, but it just slipped a little bit. Yeah, it slipped. That's all you can say. What we can't have here, though, are people getting caught up when you receive some kind of message. Like, let's say you're with multiple men and this is growing now, okay? And you're just becoming just confidants, yeah? Now your phone goes off. You're going to have to be respectful enough not to interrupt this dinner. You understand? It could be something like that where you all cook together and this is something that's special among you. Anybody really, it could anybody at the table, it should be a no phone Because this is your reward for each other for working together this way and getting results, is we make food for each other and it's just us. You know, if there are people now that are involved that are kind of acting a little differently, you don't deserve to sit down with dinner. It should be a point process. It's earned. How else are you going to earn merit and respect and a seat at the table? Not everybody's going to make it. That's just with anything in life. I mean, you know, look at, you're fired. You know what I mean? People get fired every day. That you can't just keep people around just because. This could have been what happened in the past with some of you, was that you just kind of kept people around, lackeys and slackies. You can lack and slack, but you're going to have to do it from a distance because you can't fuck up what we're growing here. If every people did this everywhere, right? Then this is how the world would start to change. I don't think you should keep it color-based. Did somebody just fucking say that? No. No. Huh. Well, this happened in the past with somebody's record collection getting scratched up. Yeah, I'm not going to say who did it, but this was a result of not being firm and saying, see, what's going to have to happen here, too, if this winds up being your life as this type of woman, and the kind of men who need to be around this type of woman, is if the men aren't, you're going to have to stand up and handle the men who are disrespecting this woman, who's helping you so much, that is helping you help her in return. This would be how you would return it. But this was the result of somebody showing their ass multiple times, not in the way this woman did, and nothing was done. So this thing was worth money. This collection could have been 8 tracks. He was very into music. And for others, it was your DJ equipment, or your studio got destroyed. And you're going to have to cut out secrets. You always keep the ones for yourself that set you apart and actually help the situation. We all know what that is. I'm not going to give fucking examples. If you can't figure that out, then this situation will never be for you. And we don't keep things from each other, though, like including things, but this is how you just open. Let's say there are 8 men here now. All right, it's growing, but there's 8 men and a woman. And let's say 2 of these men want to do something away from everybody else. Yes. What the fuck is this? Because I think some women tried this, whether it was known, and you felt like you owned these men. No. You're in it for the wrong reasons. A real woman wants these men to go out and spend time with each other, because then what you do is you're forcing your presence around them all the time, and eventually they're going to get sick of you too. You need separation. But let's just say this. Let's say that these men are bisexual. You maintain some type of house rule where people have to get tested. And look, if something comes up, you're probably going to have the means somehow to fix it. You could be the fixer. You could have that friggin' golden ratio, you feel me? Where all I gotta do is sleep with this one a little bit, and you may be that sacrificial woman where you may take on their sickness for a couple of days in some weird way, and then you're a master transmuter of energy, right? Negative energy. What is that? What is sickness? What is HIV, chlamydia, all that other shit? Let's just say, hypothetically, I'm saying, when you're this kind of woman, your belief in supernatural things is what attracts men to you. Your belief becomes fact. So if you believe that you can't get sick or stay sick, you could be a type of remedy for men that no science can create. Do you understand what I mean? It could just be your mouth. We're filthy. Do you understand me? I didn't say that we were pristine in every way. You may need to swallow something. He may need to get it out, and because it's touching or connecting with your aesthetically pleasing and a non-compromising fucking supreme physical and spiritual self, you could wind up taking care of that shit immediately. But this is belief too. I think this is going to be all belief with mixed. Things that we already know to be true that we don't need to change the belief on, and other things where let's just test this shit out. The kind of life that you live when you have this, it's very wing it, reliant on, I don't know if it's something else as much as it's just relying on what you believe to be true. But you types of women, you see this snake is constricting for these guys. These guys feel fucking... maybe this is how it's supposed to be. Maybe it's supposed to be one, maybe two women with a whole group of guys everywhere. You're going to attract the right men that you're supposed to help, assist, so that they can help you in return. It's a backwashing thing, maybe literally. This is amazing. I wouldn't want this any other way. You may wind up having this thing where there may be one or two main guys. I mean, it could happen anyway. It's going to be different for every one of you. For somebody, you're going to heal men in a way that's not sexual, because there's going to be a guy that's going to fucking want to just remove them, you know. But then others of you are going to have somebody who's just going to, please give me first choice. That will last unless you need to be first choice every day, all day. And if you think that I'm not slick enough to pick up on this shit, then you're wrong. For others of you, you don't want that one guy. I want multiple men, and that's what I'm going to do. The point is, your intent is that I need to take these men out of this darkness that they either put themselves in, or they were placed in, or a little bit of both. And I need to make sure that they are the healthy, stand-up warriors that were originally created by the Creator to be. And if you're a woman that wants to do the other, you'll be removed in some way. It's inevitable. We don't need you. We need strong men, and we need men to be who they once were. We got it. Love you. I love you. Bye.